Round one, we've got the choice. We'll play first. And the old one-lander, yeah, I think we better mulligan that. Alright, this is better. Hopefully we don't get forge deviled. Can't save him yet. No 2-drop. It's always a welcome sight, especially when we can protect him. Also, all this mana, very welcome sight. Alright, Enforcer. I might bust the ephemeral shields to save the Swiftclaw, kind of keep the pressure going a little bit. Especially since he can get by my entourage of rats. I'm going to save it. And now we're just a land away from our Covenant, which is kind of nice too. Or the Maggot, for that matter. Both of which are pretty good. Alright, black-red. Another Enforcer. Ooh, nice. Let's drop the Paragon and swing for 5 here. And I think he's most definitely got to make that trade. Maybe he wants to trade with the rats instead. That's probably a smarter move on his part, to be honest. No blocks is very interesting, though. I don't quite understand that. Maybe he's got the Inferno Fist, so he'd rather keep his guy around to... Oh. Alright. Well, he blocked last turn, but he's not willing to block now, so that's a bit confusing. I'm assuming Inferno Fist would be the main reason why you'd want to do that. Right, Rummaging Goblin, no big deal. Still just a bit short of making that a reality. Let's, I don't know if I want to trade a Swiftclaw for a Rummaging Goblin. Then again, I guess I don't want him gaining a bunch of life. Then again, I want to cast Covenant of Blood. Well, there's a lot of things I want. Let's just get in there. I'll let him trade the Goblin for the Swiftclaw. Or not. Interesting. So maybe he's got a fatty coming up, but if that's the case, I'm just a land away from my Flesh to Dust at least, so got that going for me. Alright. See what he's doing here. Getting in there. He's going to drop something big. Another enforcer. There's a lot of enforcers. This guy really wants to enforce. Let's offer the trade and then drop a maggot. I guess we'll eat an enforcer. Gain a couple life. Get a dude. Feeling alright. I guess I can't cast Avacyn, but I don't have Avacyn yet, so not overly concerned about that yet. This thing doesn't die to Covenant, which is kind of nice too. What do we got? Scuttling Doom Engine. Jeez. Well, that thing's getting slayed. At the cost of some life, but I would say worth it. Take our 6 punishment now. Especially since we've got the Divine Favor in hand. I guess I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable about that. As well as Covenant of Blood. If we get a land, I mean, we just win with Covenant, so at least we got that going for us. Good card, though. Jeez. Someone left a comment about they think it's one of the best rares in the format. I'd probably agree with that. That is pretty powerful. Blocks Intimidators, efficiently costed, good power, good toughness, multiple abilities. Doesn't even really feel like a core set rare. Alright, let's just get a land so I can put this guy out of his misery. There it is. Alright. So black-red, I'm assuming pretty aggro. We saw some pretty cheap stuff in there. Could do another Divine Favor. It seems pretty legitimate. And then maybe we cut... Paragon seems pretty important. Pillar of Light is a great way to deal with the Scuttling Doom Engine. But it didn't appear to deal with anything else in his deck. But then again, I mean, we've got Bronze Sable and Gargoyle Sentinel for all of his Intimidators, which is also very nice. Do I for sure want the second Divine Favor? I kind of do. Whether or not it's right, I don't know, but I kind of feel like I want it. I don't really want to cut any of my 1 or 2 drop creatures because... Let's cut a Crow, and you might be wondering, wait, these guys are good, but they can't come in and block, and they're a little bit slow. I guess that's my reasoning. I'm not cutting the Sentinel because they block 3 Krinkos Enforcers. And even though the Crow gets buffed from the Paragon, I'd rather, I think, have all of the 2 and 1 drop creatures for our return to the ranks. Because I feel like a lot of trading is going to go down. Potentially. But I don't know for sure. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I want to cut the return to the ranks, but there's a lot of potential return to the ranks value, you know? Yeah, let's do it like this. Alright, this is a bit awkward, but I am going to keep it. We have 2 Evolving Wilds, which can help us alleviate some of this. And we're just a black source short of having a really nice turn progression. And even without it, we still can play our Skirmisher and Divine Favor, so we can stage a bit of a defense. Alright. Could be an issue for the old scuttling doom engine. Let's get the skirmisher out there. Crow. Yeah, well, bit of an issue, isn't it? He cracks back for 4. I'm only cracking in for 3, but I'm gaining some life. Trading 4 for 3. Otherwise, I'm trading 3 for 4, or I'm trading 2 for nothing. Let's do 3 for 4, I guess. Yeah, he can cheat something out with Servant, but if he's cheating out his Scuttling Doom Engine, it's not a very good block anyway. And then the Typhoid Rats aren't even going to be able to block it, so Scuttling Doom Engine is just good. Oh no. Yeah. Cheating out is rare. That's going to be tough to beat. I need a, yeah, I don't even know what I need. I think Pillar of Light. I do have an out. I have my out in my deck. So I just need to find Pillar of Light, or got a feeling this is going to be over pretty quick. Well, there's a black source, but not quite where I need to be yet. I think I play the Paragon because it makes better use of mana. Neither one of my guys can block the Scuttling Doom Engine anyway. I mean, my Skirmisher can, but I meant neither my Typhoid Rats nor my Paragon can block it, so that's sort of my logic. Whether or not it makes sense, I have no idea. But if I can find Pillar of Light, I'm good. Otherwise, I'm pretty close to this Covenant of Blood, so I don't know what that means exactly. Maybe that racing is an option. I wish this gave non-black creatures Death Touch. That would help. Then at least these two could interact, but currently not so much. Didn't get that Solemn Offering either, which would actually be really good against Scuttling Doom Engine. Make me only lose a couple life. This guy had a great hand. Cheat out the turn 4 Scuttling Doom Engine. Yeah, so we play Avacyn. Leave the Skirmisher back to chump the Scuttling Doom Engine. Although, now I'm thinking, I guess it's wiser to not block the Skirmisher on the Doom Engine. Let's just take the Doom Engine. We're going to go to 1, which is obviously extremely dangerous, but the upside of that is I'm left with a dude that can block Doom Engine and it can prevent the damage to my Skirmisher, so I feel like that's wise. Plus I'm going to be able to get in with my Vigilant Attacker. Alright, I'm going to take the 6 and go to 1. It's as dangerous as it looks, but it's worth a try. He had Covenant too. Oh, Stoke the Flames. Well, great hand. Couldn't do anything. Too good of a hand to beat, unfortunately. Maybe I want the Eternal Thirst. Fester Gloom kills Generator Servant, but it's not exactly worth it. He's got his own Carrion Crow. Still think Divine Favor's fine. Let's just leave it the way it is. Hope he draws a little bit worse. And we draw a little bit better. Yeah, this is a good hand. Hmm. I guess just in case of Mind Rot, I could play the Mountain here. Let's get the Skirmisher out. Let's buff up our... I mean, both our guys are pretty important. If he has an answer for Skirmisher, he'll be able to get in with Child, so let's just buff the... guess Sable. We'll offer the trade. Yeah. I'm not thrilled about this trade, but... still keep our black guy for our Paragon, which is kind of nice. Lose our guy that can block the Enforcer, but we're kind of on the offensive right now, which helps. Alright, Carrion Crow. Obviously no big deal right now. That's a good draw. But I think we still do Paragon first because kind of on the beatdown plan, so I like it more. Just makes better use of the mana too. Servant. Just playing Ultra Defense now, huh? Ooh, that was a great draw. Alright. Let's get in there. What I really like about the Tormentor is he has to ulcerate our Paragon before he can even deal with the Tormentor. I mean, unless he's got Flesh of Dust or something, which we haven't seen from him yet. But, you know what I mean? Like, he can't ulcerate our Tormentor while Paragon's out. So that's, like, very nice. Very nice. Especially since we know he's got ulcerate, like, possibly multiples. I'm glad he's making this trade. That doesn't work. Beautiful. So straight, he did have the ulcerate for the third game in a row, and he wasn't even conscious of the fact that Paragon was out there buffing it, even though you can pretty clearly see the power and toughness down there. You know, he just immediately snap assumed. He's like, oh yeah, I've got ulcerate for that. I remember what that is. It's a 5-3. I just won't look at it. We can race a Scuttling Doom engine. Well, he resolved the bolt pretty successfully there. Give him credit on that. Ooh, return to the ranks. Looking real good. Yeah, then we can get in for 5. I'm going to cast this. And we get to buff our dude again, which is nice. We'll get in for 5. A lot of attackers on board. He's got no board state, which is also nice. Fester Gloom only deals with one of our dudes, so we're not really worried about that. Marauder, not the best defender. So we could actually attack with everything, but I'm not going to attack with the Sable. I'm not even going to give him the luxury of the trade. And we're going to follow up with the Black Cat, because we could take him to 1 here, but I'll take him to 3 and maintain my board integrity. Rather than offer the trade. Oh, so he does have multiple ulcerates. Okay. So I guess I should have attacked with everything, but I wasn't planning for the multiple ulcerates. Alright, I'd say he lost the match when he ulcerated our Indulgent Tormentor, and then he had to bust more resources to take care of it. But glad we won that. The guy's deck was pretty good, I thought, definitely. Alright, I'll see you round 2.